Hi, this is Kevin with Naples Lawn Service, and we're starting a new playlist on quad runners and repairs, maintenance, and accessories. And today we're going to be putting new tires on wheels for a quad runner. Okay, we just ordered new new tires for our existing wheels. This particular machine is a 2004 Suzuki Ozark quad runner, but it's going to be the same for any quad runner. But we're going to show you how to put these tires on these wheels so you don't have to go pay somebody to do it. Okay, and these tires we got on Amazon, or you can also find them on Walmart or just about any place, but it's about $150 for a set of these tires. And we also ordered new valve stems because I wouldn't put a new tire on a wheel on any vehicle without putting a new valve stem because you're already in there anyway. Okay, so we got these valve stems on Amazon. There's like 10 of them for $10. These are a little bit better than the ones you usually find. These are got a little brass in there that made for higher pressure. You don't necessarily have to have these upgraded ones, but I like the best valve stems I can get. Sometimes them little rubber ones, they flex so much, you hit a stick or something that busts off and the air goes out of your tire. So we got, like I said, Amazon, 10 bucks for 10 of them. That's a really great deal. And these are a lot heavier duty than the little rubber ones. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna rip out that old valve stem with some pliers and just get that out of there. You get some needle nose or channel locks or whatever you got, lineman's pliers, whatever. We just twist it and rip that out of there. Okay, we're gonna spray that new valve stem with a little bit of WD-40 to help it slide in there easier into the wheel. And we're just gonna pop that from the bottom side. We're going to pop it in there, and you either get needle nose or channel lock or lineman's pliers, whatever you got, and we're just going to pull that into the spot into the wheel so it's ready to go. It should just snap right into place there. Okay, so we snap that into place. So our valve stem's in. Next step is mounting the tire on the wheel. All right, now here's your wheel. You see it's got a skinnier end and a fatter end. We're going to start putting the tire on the skinny end of the wheel. All right, so now we got Joshua here, and we're going to put that wheel on the tire. Okay. And we're going to kind of rock it a little bit to one way or the other, to the right or to the left, as we push on that and try to get that in there. And it's a little hard, but it will go in there. You just got to twist it as you go. And there you go. You got to fight it a little bit, but it will go in. All right, now if you have one of these, it'll help you out. This is a Pittsburgh manual tire changing machine. You can find them on Harbor Freight or other brands in Amazon or whatever. It's about $60, but this will make your life a lot easier, and you can choose to bolt it down to the concrete or wood if you want to. Okay, when you get that tire changing machine, you may or may not need it, but this bar comes with it. And sometimes you can do these right on the ground just with a bar. All right, so we're going to put this bar in here. We're going to start peeling that tire down just a little bit at a time. And we're going to hold the ground we gained and keep on peeling it a little bit at a time until it sinks down on that wheel. So what he's doing, he's putting his boot on that side, holding ground as he gains it, so the tire don't pop back out. Then I'm holding down my boot, and then that thing's going to end up going on there. And there you go. So, you know, it took a few minutes, but if you have an extra person to help hold it down as you go, it'll make your life a lot easier. Okay, so we're going to try to put some air in here, and we're going to see if that bead's going to hold. This thing only takes about 7 pounds. And if that bead don't hold, there's a couple other methods you can use to get it to hold air. Okay, so I've had this bead problem on lawnmower tires also. So you put a ratchet strap around there and crank it down, and that will help your tire to get a bead. Just get that just as tight as you can get it, and then try to put your air back in it. Because right now it won't fill up because it's not getting a bead. Okay, so it's starting to come up now with that ratchet strap on there. So we're going to be letting that ratchet strap off here in just a second. Okay, now that we're getting the bead, got the whole bead on the front, most of it on the back, we're going to go ahead and let that ratchet strap off and finish filling it up. Okay, so we took the ratchet strap off, and now we're going to go ahead and fill it up just till the bead pops. You can't go past 36 psi on these tires, but that's just to set your bead. And then we're going to go ahead and deflate it down to where we want it. All right, so now got the ratchet strap off. We're going to finish putting air in this till all those beads pop. Like I said, you can go up to 36 psi. That would be max. And once we make sure all the beads are seated, then we'll let it back down to the inflation that we want. Okay, we're up to 22, so we're going to put another 10 pounds in there and make sure it pops where we want it, because that needs to be sitting right on that bead. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let this back down, let some air out of this, down to anywhere from 7 to 10 pounds or so. Okay, now we put the tire and wheel on the machine. Now we're going to go ahead and bolt it on there with our impact wrench and our number 17 socket. When you're putting these on, you got to do a cross pattern. That way they all tighten up equally. And once he puts these all on the first time, he's going to go around and do another cross pattern and tighten them up. Okay, and that's how you do it. Okay, so that's how you do it, and you just do all 4 the same way. And we're just doing the fronts today. We got the back ones ordered, and so this thing's going to have brand new tires and wheels. It's not too hard to do. It's a little bit of a struggle at times, but you can definitely do this yourself. Just make sure you have one of these bars here, and you can, like I say, you can get those at Harbor Freight, or you can get the whole machine if you want, and you'll be rolling on your new quad runner. So there you have it. That's the first video of our new playlist on quad runners, repairs, maintenance, and accessories. If you like it, hit the like button. And if you want to subscribe, we're going to have a lot more videos coming out on this subject. Remember, in God we trust.